another mouth-watering match between Nigeria and Sao Tome. Today we are not delving into club football. Rather, we're delving into the international matches, and we have the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome, which is going to be Nigeria's last game, in the qualifiers for the 2024 Afcon coming up in Côte d'Ivoire. Yes, here in West Africa. Sorry, the game is being played at the that's Uyo, but that stadium is what's it called?
Godswill Akpabio.
Godswill Akpabio Stadium. It used to be the Nest of Champions, but it's now the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. We are welcoming you live to our today's commentary of this match. It's a watch-along program, and I'll be alone in the studio as I have with me Solomon. Good afternoon, Solomon.
Yeah, nice day to talk about football, and I'm very, very glad this time around it's the Super Eagles. That is our own team. We've been expecting to see them for a very long time. We've not seen them in active football. Let's see what we've been able to bring together. We've been hearing of the big names, the inclusion of new, players into. Let's see how they are going to gel, and let's see the fresh hope we're going to have for the Super Eagles.
Well, I don't see Sao Tome as a big threat to the Super Eagles. We saw the first leg be played between Nigeria and Sao Tome. That game ended 10-0 in favor of Nigeria. Are we looking forward to seeing, a similar scoreline today?
No, I don't think it's going to be possible for another 10-0. Pasero, the coach of the Super Eagle, also said that during a press interview. He said Nigeria should not be expecting just the 10-0 they gave to Sao Tome in their own home. But Nigeria should be expecting a good football and a tactical football. And even though it's not up to that, but they should be expecting a win. Anyway.
Okay, they should be expecting a win. And that game is in the 5th minute already. Talking about the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome. It's Nigeria pressing and Nigeria playing in their favorite home color. Talking about the all-green attire, while Sao Tome are playing in their red top and black shorts. It's a game being played in Akwa Ibom. Talking about that stadium, talking about the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. It's one of the very best stadiums in Nigeria. We saw people, we saw a lot of journalists commenting on the stadium, the maintenance culture of this stadium. It's actually top notch.
Yeah, we have to give it to the state government of Akwa Ibom. I think they did well. That's the stadium was built during the tenure of Godswill Akpabio, and they named the stadium after the former governor of
who is now the Senate President.
Who is now the Senate President. And in fact, that was the period of time when you enter go into Akwa Ibom. Is this Nigeria? A lot of transformation. The stadium was fantastically built. And I also want to commend the transition of maintenance from the new and the new administration to the new one. Even a lot of people if you see the training pitch in the stadium, not this particular pitch, the training is top notch. And if you see the stadium has been maintained, maintenance culture is very high. We don't have that in Nigeria, but a lot of journalists, they've actually praised
that's Super Eagles with the very first chance of this match, but it took an intervention from the Sao Tome defender, and that was a very good chance for the Super Eagles to take the lead in this game, and that was courtesy Awoni. We're starting alongside Kelechi and Nacho up front. Talking about Nigerian strikers coming into this game, we have our strikers who are in form of their life in various clubs around Europe. There's Boniface, who is doing very good with Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah. We have Awoni doing very great with Nottingham Forest. And it was even noted that Chelsea actually tried to put a bid through for Taiwo Awoni during the just short transfer window. That is another opportunity for Nigeria, but that was a wayward shot and to be off for a Sao Tome goal kick. We've seen the Super Eagles for 7 minutes already in this game. It's looking like a game that will be having a lot of interesting moments in this game. Well, let's see if the goals will come in the first 10 minutes. And the stadium is actually a packed stadium. We can see a lot of fans in the stadium coming out to cheer their favorite teams, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And don't forget the Godswill Akpabio Stadium is actually the home ground for the MPFL team, talking about Akwa United. Another fantastic club. They've done great in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Yeah, they've done great.
Of course, they will do great when you have a government who is actually giving all the support, all the necessary support, and you don't have any excuse to give. And here we can see it, in the whole of Nigeria right now. Most of the stadiums are not in good shape. apart from the Gospel Akpabio Stadium, and if we want to talk about the National Stadium in Abuja, a lot of people,
a lot of money was actually spent at that stadium.
Well,
okay, let's go straight to the starting 11. Talk about the Nigerian starting 11. We're starting with Uzo, Fidelis Uzo, who is the goalkeeper today. We have at right back Olaino, who plays for Nottingham Forest. We also have Semi Ajayi in defense, and there's Calvin Bassey, who just joined Fulham. He also in central defense. In midfield, we have Lukman Aruna, Iheanacho Kelechi, Infrid Indidi, and Onyekachi. Up front, we have Osimhen. There's Osimhen, there's Taiwo Awoniyi. We also have Oyemachi in Bruno Oyemachi in defense. A lot of fantastic players in the starting level. There are some who haven't really played for the Super Eagles. Some like Olaino, he lost his position to a new player in the team who is not in that team today. But talking about Bright Osai, that was who he lost his starting 11 shirt to. But looking at him bring him back into the Super Eagles, we saw him give a strong performance against Chelsea in the EPL. And that was a fantastic one. Olaino has always been a fantastic player for the Super Eagles. Do you think this is an opportunity for him to actually fight his way back into the starting 11?
Of course. If you look at the Olaino we're talking about, he's really in form right now. We saw him in the last match he played for Nottingham Forest. It was, in fact, he should be counted as one of the man of the match because he was outstanding. He was able to block, the opponent that was coming against them from the right wing. It was so difficult for them to go through his wing. And I see no reason why he should not be in the Super Eagle because we talk about Olaino, and there's a chance.
Super Eagle, but that was a wayward pass, and Sao Tome were able to clear their defense, and they are planning on hitting Nigeria on the counter. Let's see what has actually been the Super Eagles of Nigeria dominating play. There's a lot of chance for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but that should be a foul against Sao Tome, and the referee correctly called that. Well, that is a bad foul. Talking about Sao Tome, this is not a football-known country. I think, but it's actually good for football. Let them get to mix with the big boys. They came into Nigeria with a contingent of less than 20 players to prosecute this game.
Yeah. They came with 15 players.
15 players. I just got to mention the name because when you look at it, the 15 players, when 11 is starting, that means you're having just 4 on the bench. And, you have a maximum of about 5 or 6 substitutions in this game. Why are you not coming with 15 players? It shows that this country is not really, a football-known country. They are not known to be a footballing nation. But it's always good for the development of football in Africa. That's what we talk about. In Europe, we've seen Faroe Island. They might be the whipping boys. Luxembourg, these are whipping boys in Europe. But they play the qualifiers every year. And they get to develop. That is what we want. And probably after these qualifiers, probably from the money going to Sao Tome from CAF, they'll be able to develop 1 or 2 things in their country.
Of course, that's to tell you how backward they are when it comes to football. Because now we are talking about how many players did they come with. They are not able to come with the full squad. Now, how many fans do they come with? When you are not able to even come with a number of required players, at least minimum of 21 to 20. You understand? We are coming with that number of. So how many fans will you come with? I'd like to tell you that right now in the Akpabio Stadium, it is filled with Nigerians from all over the country. So they need to invest more on football. No wonder Nigeria went to their own land, gave them 10-0, and here we are. And I'm very sure with that first encounter, Nigeria will not be able to give them 10-0 right now because if you look at it, the Super Eagles are still struggling.
With a free kick for Nigeria, but Sao Tome were able to clear the lines off for a Nigerian corner kick. We are in the 11th minute of this game, approaching the 12th minute, and Nigeria has a corner kick already in this game. We've not really seen Sao Tome attacking the Nigerian defense. We've not really seen Fidelis Uzo be called into action in this game. 11 minutes has been played, and right now we're approaching 12th minute, and we can see Kelechi Iheanacho on the corner kick duties today. Let's see what we are going to make out of this. Looking at Nigerian starting 11, the strikers are one of the very best strikers when it comes to Nigerian football, and that's a good corner kick from Iheanacho. But there was nobody there, but still Nigeria with the ball in the box, and they chose to come outside the box and still move it back into the box through, and a Nigeria there, and it's still Nigeria, but Sao Tome were able to clear their lines. But it's just Nigeria everywhere on the pitch, and he goes in for a shot.
And that should be
that should be another corner kick. Nigeria has been asking all the questions, and that was a fantastic shot from Olaino, but it couldn't threaten the goalkeeper and went off for a corner kick through a wicked deflection from a Sao Tome defender. And Nigeria has a corner kick in the 12th minutes, and we're approaching the 13th minutes of this game. It has actually been Nigeria all through in this game. We can see Lukman Ademola on the corner kick duties right now. and he takes an in-swing guy.
And that's the first goal
in this game.
And it is
who else is going to score?
Osimhen.
If not the most informed striker in Europe, talking about the Victor Osimhen, the big Vic himself, gives Nigeria the opener in this game. And you can see the fans, they are so much happy, and this is what they actually pay for, to come to the stadium to see the players cheer them and cheer the players up and see the players to score a lot of goals. And Victor Osimhen has actually given us the lead in that game. Fantastic goal from Victor Osimhen, and that is the prolific striker he is. And that goal came off a corner kick from Ademola Lookman. Fantastic goal for Osimhen, fantastic goal for Nigeria. What a way to start this game. You know, the goalkeeper came into a no man's land and he was lost in action.
All right, actually lost in action. You know, when you interviewed, when Osimhen was interviewed, they said, well, can you mention two of the players you are looking at? He talked about Ronaldo, and I just see the kind of lifting Ronaldo normally lifts. You see the height of Osimhen, and you see the lifting he lifts to head that ball into the net. Those are the kind of spectacular striker we are talking about. And you can only get that in the likes of Osimhen and the likes of Ronaldo, who can lift. I'm talking about Osimhen, talking about this goal scoring in this Afcon qualifier. He is the highest goal scorer. He was the highest goal scorer before with 7 goals, and Sadio Mane was having 5 goals. You know, but now he has upped it to 8. We didn't see Sadio Mane in the match against Rwanda yesterday, Senegal against Rwanda. In fact, they brought Team B to come and play against Rwanda, and you know, but here we see our Nigerian team complete playing. To me, it is good for them to gel together, to know to understand themselves very well. I think there's a good one for Osimhen.
Okay, the good one for Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. Talking about the big Napoli striker, don't forget he was the Serie A top scorer last season in the title-winning league for what's it called, Napoli, where he plays in Italy. And talking about this game, it's Nigeria who are currently leading in the 15th minute already. It's Nigeria 1, Sao Tome 0. Let's see if this game is going to be another 10-0 or more than 10-0 a counter. And don't forget, this is the Nigeria last. This is Nigeria last game, talking about for the qualifiers for 2024 African Cup of Nations qualifiers, where that competition will be starting around January, if I'm not mistaken, far away in Cote d'Ivoire. It's where we have the very best of Africa players, you know, challenging against each other. Fantastic when that's Nigeria on the attack. One more time. Let's see for a corner kick. And let's see if Ademola Lookman will be giving another swinger. We've seen, you know, that's Olaino. Olaino has actually looked lively, you know, for the first 50 minutes of this game. He's not scared of taking on his man. And that was a fantastic defensive work from Sao Tome defender there. And you can see them. I think they themselves know they are in for a long ride today.
Yeah, they know they are in for a long ride. They're talking about Olaino since he went into since he came into Nottingham Forest. In fact, he has actually improved.
But he has always been a fantastic player.
He has always been a fantastic player, but he's like he's not seen. But since he went to the Nottingham Forest, he's crystal clear that he's a spectacular player from the right wing. You know, he even move forward.
And that's another chance for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but that went through a blizzard, and that's what have been the second goal. This would have been a fantastic goal for Taiwo and Wuni, having the 2 strikers scoring very early in this game. That would have been great for the Super Eagles, but that went behind for a goal kick. Talking about Sao Tome's goal kick. And don't forget, this game is the 16th minute. We're approaching 17th minute already. It's Nigeria 1, Sao Tome 0. That goal came in courtesy of the elder from Victor Osimhen. Victor is looking likely to break the long-standing record. And talking about that record, that is the Rashidi Yekin's goal record of highest Nigerian all-time highest scorer. Do you think he's going to break that record?
Of course, he's going to break that record. He has all it takes to break that record. And right now we are seeing he just added one today. And who knows the next? Who knows? Maybe he's going to add another one here. He's already getting closer and closer and closer. He's very young. He have the ability. He have the age is on his side. So in the next two years, he can catch up. 2 years is too far. 2 years. If we go to the Afcon, you have opportunity to score more goals.
Sao Tome just take a corner kick, that's a free kick, but Nigeria were able to clear the lines, and that is not going to threaten Nigeria, as Nigeria now breaking out on the counter. Let's say it's in the midfield right now. They chose to switch wing and straight to the right wing. Let's see if Nigeria are going to make out something there. That is Kelechi Iheanacho, and it takes out his man and goes in for a cross, but that is not going to threaten the Sao Tome defense. The start went out for a goal kick. 17 minutes already in this game. We're approaching 18 minutes. It has been a lively game, and I'm very sure the fans at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium are all enjoying themselves. And we can see that on our screens. The fans are cheering the Super Eagles of Nigeria up, But looking at Pasero, can we judge how good he is with this game? Talking about the game against Sao Tome.
But no, this is not a yardstick of judgment for a coach, Okay, for a coach like Pesero, we need bigger match, we need bigger teams to play against. Then we'll be able to test our ability. Where you have sharp strikers who will come against our defense, we'll be able to test our defense so that it could also test our midfield, whether they are capable enough to stand against bigger teams with good players, and also test our strikers when we play against bigger teams with strong defense. Then we begin to say, okay, Pesero is tactical and he knows, you know what he's doing. So for now, I don't think this is the yardstick to judge his credibility.
Okay, and I can hear that from Solomon. He says the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome should not be a yardstick to judge the criteria of the coach, talking about Jose Pasero and away from the game between Super Eagles and Sao Tome. We also have in the Euro qualification where Faroe Island are playing against Moldova, and that game is 0-0 in the 22nd minute already. The game between Finland and Denmark is also 0-0. That game is also in the 22nd minute. Montenegro against Bulgaria is also 0-0 in the 22nd minute. Lots of fantastic results. Not too fantastic results for punters, because a lot of them will be expecting goals in those centers in the first half. Okay, back to Africa where Nigeria is playing against Sao Tome and Principe. It's Nigeria 1, Sao Tome is 0. Togo are currently losing at home against Cape Verde 1-0. That game is also in the 23rd minute. Fantastic results. We've actually been saying, we've seen 19 minutes of action in the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be looking to add more goals to this game. And that's talking about goal. There's another opportunity for the Super Eagles, but Sao Tome were able to clear the lines. So they've actually been doing a lot of defending in this game. You can see the Super Eagles player. They're so happy. They just want to see a lot of goals in this game. They want to see more goals. It's important for them to get these goals. They want to, they want to give the fans something to cheer about, to cheer off. That was a fantastic pass from Kelechi Iheanacho through to Victor Osimhen, who actually, out of good diligence, find a striking partner. That would have been a tap-in for Taiwo Awoniyi there. But through the defender of Sao Tome was just fast to that, and he was able to clear the lines. But the referee is giving out a goal kick to Sao Tome here, and they are taking out. It's going to be a long, long one into the midst of a lot of heads. And Sao Tome are back with the ball. We are currently in the 20th minute of that game. It's still Nigeria 1, Sao Tome 0. And don't forget that goal came in through who else than the big striker, the big Vic, talking about Victor Osimhen. And on the screen you can see Pasero. I haven't really seen Pasero standing up and shouting and giving out orders. It's like that new deal, probably that was part of his new deal, that you have to chunk out orders to your players on the pitch. And that is what we are seeing him doing in this game already. I think it's a very good one for him, though.
Yeah, it's a very good one for him. He has big players.
That was opportunity for Sao Tome, but he was lost in the midst, a lot of bodies. Talking about the Nigerian players, they actually, swallowed him off there, and it's a goal kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 21 minutes already. How are you going to rate this game?
No, for now, the Super Eagles are already on top of the game, and they're actually in control of the game. And from the defense, you can see the Sao Tome has no much chances. They cannot penetrate through the defense of the Super Eagle, and the Super Eagles have actually dominated the midfield. But you can see, I understand the tactical play they're trying to employ here. They're trying to draw out the Sao Tome. That's why they want to take the ball back to their own half. And once they come out, they get the target. They get them on a counter. I think that's a good tactical play. And if you talk about the strikers, they have been able to hold. And you see what I was talking about. And it's the counter moment now.
Oh, that was a good one from Sao Tome to defend, and that will have left Taiwo Awoniyi, straight on 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. But Sao Tome were able to clear the lines as early as possible, and we can see the game is already eaten up. At this point in the first leg, it was already goals galore. But yeah, we still 1-0 between Nigeria and Sao Tome. You can see how beautiful the touch and lush of the Godswill Akpabio Stadium is. And begs the questions: why have they denied the Super Eagles of playing on a beautiful, pitch like this? Instead, that's not one about Super Eagles. That should be a penalty, and will that be given? Oh no, the referee's not giving that. He actually goes like that is a dive from Taiwo Awoniyi. But don't forget there's no VAR in this. Probably if there was VAR, VR will be checking that, and we can see Sao Tome players, helping Taiwo Awoni up.
And look at the move.
That was a fantastic pass, and that was a good striker move from Awoni. He was actually eked down by the Sao Tome player. But this is Africa.
He had him.
This is Africa where the game. This is Africa where the game is always physical.
Yeah.
So that should be a light one. Probably if it was EPL, we'll have seen a penalty there for Taiwo Awoni.
Yeah.
But this is Africa. You have to be strong. And back into the midfield, it has actually been Nigerian dominated play for 23 minutes already in this game. We are approaching 24th minute. It's still Nigeria who are leading this game 1-0 against Sao Tome. And we've not really seen much of Sao Tome in this game. Is this how this game is going to be one-way sided for 90 minutes?
Oh, no. I think that's going to be. We already know that when it comes to this Super Eagles are more than the Sao Tome team. We already know that, and we know it's going to be one-sided. But we hope that I just hope to see that the Sao Tome side, they are able to learn from the last match they played against Super Eagles. Super Eagles defeated them 10. I expected to see them to come into the match at least score against the Super Falcons, but a lot of people are saying it's not possible.
Super Eagles.
Super Eagles. A lot of people are saying it's not possible, but in football, and you can see the counter. But
that should be an offside.
That's offside. That's offside.
Okay, so straight away, I'm coming back to Africa now. Togo are currently losing 2-0 against Cape Verde. Cape Verde has just scored the second goal in that game. Of not the kind of results, Togolese who actually be wanting for the team. And the first goal in that game was scored by Calvin in the 4th minute. And the 20th minute, they have the second goal through Pechimol, who scored the second goal for Cape Verde. 28 minutes of action have been played in that game. It's Togo 0, Cape Verde 2, while in the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome, we are in the 24th minute, approaching 25th minute, and Nigeria has another opportunity to make it 2, but Sao Tome were able to clear their lines there. The game between Montenegro and Bulgaria is still 0-0, and that game is in the 26th minute already. Back to the Nigerian games, it has actually been Nigerian dominating as expected for every fans. There's nobody expected Sao Tome to actually come to Nigeria with 15 players and threaten the Super Eagles. No. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And they were caused by some fans that this game should have actually been played with MPFL players. Just give them a chance of playing. Having the game against Sao Tome, and I feel like yes, I share in that kind of mindset, because if it's the home base player playing this game, they can actually do very good against Sao Tome.
Of course, they can do good, but look at the other positive side of it also. The positive side of it also is that since Pesero was made coach after the last tournament, where have the Super Eagles come together to play? No. You need it, and you need Super Eagles to be playing regularly for them to understand themselves, for them to be planning tactics. All of them, they're in their club side. You know what I'm saying? So to me, is a positive. Even though it is Eyimba they want to play, let them come together and play against them, Eyimba, and then understand themselves, get to know themselves, you understand? That is the positivity I found in this everything. Okay,
that's another opportunity for Sao Tome, but they couldn't make a threat out of that against the Nigerian defense. We were able to clear their lines. The ball is on play with Francis Uzor there, which was to pass through his defenders. We saw Adeleye gave a good performance in the last game for Nigeria, but today he's on the bench for Francis Uzor, who lost his. But I'm so happy with the competition for sports. Talking about the goalkeepers now, we have a fantastic goalkeeper in Adeleye. He was even called the Nigerian Nana because of how he distributes passes with his feet. He's very much comfortable distributing passes, so it's very good. We have fantastic goalkeepers in Nigeria. I'm talking about the Afcon. It will be hosted by Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria will be looking to get a 4th competition. I'm talking about the Afcon, win it for the 4th time. It's so unbelievable that a country as big as Nigeria, a football-loving nation like Nigeria, has just 3 Afcon titles.
Of course, they have just 3 Afcon titles. A lot of politics in the Nigerian football.
I think that's another chance for the Super Eagles. Let's see if this is going to make it 2 for Nigeria. And that's a good chance. And that's the second goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Goal number 2.
Nigeria scored the second goal in this game. And that is Lukman Ademola scoring Nigeria's second goal. Don't forget he got his first goal for Nigeria against Sao Tome in the first game. And yet again he's scoring against Sao Tome, making it scoring on both home and away. And don't forget in the first game, Victor Osimhen also scored in that encounter. It's Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0, and this match is looking like a game that Nigeria might just be taking, and it might just be Nigeria home and dry this game. Good goal for Ademola Lookman, the player who plays for Atalanta in Italy. fantastic goal. He was Atlanta's top scorer last season, and here he is, you know, doing like that was that was all out from the goalkeeper there. It was probably if he was a good goalkeeper, he'll be getting the hands of that. But we don't have to take anything away from Ademola Lookman. That was a fantastic one. He took one and beat two before taking that shot. Reminds me of a certain Eddie Hazard for Chelsea. And that was a good goal for Ademola Lookman to give Nigeria, to double Nigeria lead in this game. It's Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. This game is currently in the 25th minute already. No, Nigeria is looking like... I'm very sure the fans in the stadium will be very much happy right now. Goals galore. And this is what we'll live for when we talk about football.
Yeah, this is what they need. This is what they want, goals. And I don't think today they'll be singing, all we are saying, give us more. Give us more goals. You know, that is their song.
Nigerian fans are not, we are not always okay with goals. You know, you usually score 10 goals here, you still see the fans cheering for more goals. 90 minutes, it's just a short time when we talk about football. We have fans who want to come to the stadium, enjoy a lot of time. And this game is currently in the 29th minute. And still Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0, and it's drizzling already in Akwa Ibom. And don't forget, it has been drizzling almost everywhere in Nigeria since yesterday. Even today, it's drizzling. It drizzled in Lagos. We can see the game already now in the 29th minutes. We're approaching 30th minutes. It's Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0, and that should be, you know, a confidence and morale booster for the Super Eagles right now. They can take every pressure away from them, though there's no pressure, but they can actually play and dominate play. You know, I think Uyo should actually be the Super Eagles' home ground. Talking about the fans, you know, we have seen a filled capacity stadium, and looking at the tickets was sold for around 2,000 to 5,000, and you're having this large numbers of fans, unlike when we play at Abuja, whereby most of the time they have to throw it to be a free game. You know, but yeah, probably. If we're taking the games to Akwa Ibom, it can actually be a monetary-wise very good one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and that's another opportunity for Nigeria. With that being the third goal! Let's see if the referee is not going to call that off an offside. And correctly, he called that off an offside. The Super Eagles are just go hungry today, and that would have been the third goal, and that would have been a goal courtesy of Kelechi and Acho, who relegated with Leicester City. And, you know, true loyalty, him and Wilfred Ndidi are still with Leicester City.
Yeah. You know, he has been with Leicester City and he's a good player. But that
shouldn't have been on offside. He wasn't in the offside.
Look at the linesman.
Probably if there was VAR, they would have checked that. And that's why we call for that. And we can see the fans, they're so happy, you know, cheering their Super Eagles the Super Eagles players up. You can see them on our screens. The 30th minute already in this game is still Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. I'm very sure the fans want more goals. Yes, we in the studio also want more goals in this game.
You talked about Akwa Ibom, about that should be the home ground of the Super Eagles. In fact, I'm in total agreement with that. The Akwa Ibom has been one of the best places when it comes to hospitality, top notch. When it comes to quality food, top. Have you ever been to Akwa Ibom before?
Yeah, I've not been there.
You know, and when it comes to beautiful ladies from the sea, they are all there, you know, and sometimes that's why they say, you know, there was a time Super Eagles, we are playing as if they overate food. When they play against South Africa came and gave them 3-0, and they say it's like they over enjoy. That we saw Kelechi Iheanacho that day, he was just running with his stomach as if he was so heavy that it was too much enjoyment. So it's an enjoyment ground. Akwa Ibom was an enjoyment ground. So they should be careful. Let the enjoyment start after the game. It will be a better one.
Okay, it's going to be a better one. You know, international fixtures are where our players actually come together from different clubs. You know, that's the opportunity for them to see each other after playing a lot of time. So it's always fun and enjoyable when the Super Eagles of Nigeria's, you know, players come around to play. Talking about Sao Tome, they actually playing this game with a 4-4-2 formation, and in the goal post they have goalkeeper Ronaldo Silva. It's not the regular Ronaldo, but this is a Ronaldo, a goalkeeper who has conceded 2 goals here. So it's not looking like the real Ronaldo we know. And in defense, in the 4-man defense, they have Ricardo Fernandez, Jackson Ramos. There's Lucio Olivier Perez, Rogero Fernandez. In midfield, they have another Ronaldo on the wing here. I think we have a lot of Ronaldo, probably because of Cristiano and Ronaldo de Lima. That's why we have a lot of Ronaldos in Sao Tome. Probably that name can ginger them to be like the prolific Ronaldo and the prolific Ronaldo de Lima we know of football. Talking about Ronaldo Alfonso, and in central midfield, they have Dennis Silva and Goye, while on the other side of the midfield they have Aja. Up front is the captain, Luis Lee. We've not really seen much from him in this game, and he's been paired with Marcos Barbero up front. You know, we can't really say a lot of fantastic players because this Names are really unknown.
All these are just domestic players. Most, I don't think any of them have gone international to play. This is what they have. This is probably, outings like this, scouts can just come and say, okay, this player is good. That's where it starts from. Yeah. It starts from there. You pick this player and it will motivate other players. And that is, apart from us taking this as playing for our country, it's a big business. Then they begin to understand the money that flows in football. And I'm telling you, a lot of players who want to show their capability and prove that they are good.
Okay, 33 minutes of action. We're approaching 34th minute already. Still Nigeria threatening. Nigeria doing all the threats in this game. We've not really seen much from Sao Tome, and they were able to clear the lines. That went off. What I think that would have been an offside call from the referee. Fantastic one for Nigeria there, but that was not going to threaten the goalpost. Talking about the Sao Tome goalpost, and this is my problem with Taiwo Awoniyi.
Look at that move. It was not off. Look at it.
That's actually a good movement from the Super Eagles.
There was no off.
That was not off there. But Awoniyi should be scoring that. If prolific striker like him, should be putting that at the back of the net. He needs to score goals for the Super Eagles, just like he does with Nottingham Forest in England. We saw him score against Arsenal. We saw him score against Chelsea. We saw him score against Manchester United. And he gave out an assist against Chelsea. Yeah. So when it comes to playing against the big team, Taiwo Awoniyi is always there. And straight to Nigeria's bench, we have the only MPFL player in the Super Eagles today, talking about Ojo Olorundare, the goalkeeper of Enyimba. Do you think he should be starting this game?
I'm not a fan of Uzor. I'm not a fan of Uzor being on the goalpost. But from the information we got,
Sao Tome is not a problem for us.
It's not a problem. But I'm not a fan of Uzor. Talking about the goalkeepers. Though a lot of journalists confirm that at practice, the last practice at Uyo, that he actually proved himself to be a very good goalkeeper. That is Uzor. That's why the fact I'm not his fan. But for Pesero to bring him back as the first choice goalkeeper today, good for him. But I expected Adele.
That's one of the chances of Super Eagles of Nigeria there. But that is not going to threaten the Super Eagles as Sao Tome. That was Victor Osimhen. But that is not going to threaten the Sao Tome defense as the referee came to their aid there. It's going to be a Sao Tome free kick in that game. That game is currently in the 35th minute and it's raining heavily in Akwa Ibom. But it's a game of football, it's whether rain or sun, you have to play the game and you have to play it for 90 minutes. And still Nigeria who are currently attacking Sao Tome like they've done for the past 35 minutes of this game. We are currently approaching 36 minutes and Nigeria has a corner kick now, and we can see Victor Osimhen running over there to take that free kick. A lot of fans in the stadium, a lot of traveling, we saw a lot of fans travel from Lagos everywhere in Nigeria to go to Akwa Ibom to see their favorite Super Eagles, playing today. And that is what we want to see. That is why we love our Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's see if this is going to be the third goal of this game in the 35th minute. We're currently approaching 36 minutes. And it is Nigerian corner kick from the left. Let's see if that's going to be the third goal. That was a good control, but there was nobody there. And it went off for a Sao Tome clearance. And let's see if Sao Tome can hit Nigeria on the counter. They have an opportunity to get one back, which might actually be a morale booster. But they actually lost that white country Nigeria there. And good defensive work from Bruno Oyekachi was actually giving a good account of himself in this game. The straight to Nigerian bench, we have Olorunleke Ojo, who's the goalkeeper of Enyimba on the bench. We also have Adebayo Adeleke, who's another goalkeeper who plays far away in Israel. We have Tyrone Eboué, who's back in the Super Eagles. There's also Jordan Tonariga, or the former Germany under-20 player defender, who's currently who switched to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. There's also the standing captain, talking about the assistant captain of the Super Eagles, William Trust Ekong, who lost the starting position. He's currently on the bench. We also have Jamilu Collins, who's back in the Super Eagles. We also have Joe Aribo, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Raphael Oyedike, and Victor Oko Boniface on the bench. Lot of fantastic players. And that begs the question, are these guys good enough to give Nigeria the fourth Afcon? Talking about that in a couple of months away.
No, we have all the players we need. We have it. What we are looking forward to now is how Pesero will bring these players together, their combination, use their strength against their opponent, and employ some tactical play into the super. They are good to go. They are good, but so also disappointing that after Gift Urban left, I want to play for Nigeria. He came and he had injured. He got injured, and it's not featuring. And if you can, a lot of Nigerian fans are just saying, okay, they should just allow him even at the 92 minutes. Put him, let him just play for just at least 1 minute.
They won't actually get let him get more injured. So I think he'll be coming back to play for the Super Eagles. He has nowhere to go. He'll be playing for the Super Eagles, no doubt. Straight to the comment section where we have a comment from Nasma Oyenka. Good content, nice one, guys. Yeah, thank you very much, Oyenka. It's the Super Eagles against Sao Tome. 38 minutes already in this game. It's still Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. Don't forget you can be a part of this conversation by dropping your comment section in our live chat. Don't forget to also subscribe to our channel where we'll give you, top-notch analysis of games, of football games around the world, anywhere around the world. And don't forget yesterday, my very good one, talking about Coco Gauff, the 19 years old American tennis player. She actually did what Venus Williams and Serena Williams has done for the United States of America, talking about finally winning a Grand Slam where she won the U.S. Open yesterday. Fantastic one for Coco Gauff. I was so happy yesterday. I've always been on her side that she is actually the heir to Serena Williams, 19 years old and having a first U.S. Open. Good one for her. The future is actually bright, and we can't wait to see Naomi Osaka back on the grass or on the clay playing the tennis she knows how to do. And yesterday, Israel Adesanya lost his title, his belt to Stickerman. Stickerland yesterday. That's another chance for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's see if that's going to be the third goal. But that went off for a goal kick. It's not going to be okay. It's going to be a corner kick to the Super Eagles of Nigeria there. And Israel Adesanya lost his belt yesterday, so it was actually a misreaction for me yesterday. I was so happy with Coco Gauff winning, but unfortunately, I woke up this morning at 3 a.m. to watch 3 a.m. Nigerian time. Sorry, I'm talking about that, to see Israel Adesanya. I'm thinking he was going to win that game, but he actually lost it. So we hope he come back strong in the game in the UFC and probably get his middleweight belt back. And that's a corner kick for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 40 minutes already in this game. It's still Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. Do you still think there will be more goals in this first half?
Of course, there will be, at least we're expecting more goals. At least a 2.5 in this first half will be a very good one. And in the second half, when they come, they can. We are not expecting 10 goals any longer. We're not expecting 10 goals because it's not handball, it's not volleyball, it's not how do you call it? The other games where you score so many goals, where you score so many points. So if they can, at least 5-0 will be good. Half of what they gave to them in their own home, they've already done the job. So it's for them to relax, just enjoying the game. Toss the ball around.
Chance for the Super Eagles. Let's see if that's going to be a third goal. Let's see if we'll be having 2.5 on the referee. Actually blow that off for an offside actually against Victor Osimhen. And when you're talking about strikers, Victor Osimhen is actually a handful striker. He's always handful for the defenders around the world. Physical players. I actually wait for the day I might see him at Chelsea. I actually want a striker like him at Chelsea.
Of course, he's one of the top strikers in the world right now. No wonder he's one of these nominees for the Ballon d'Or. The 30-man list. Yeah, I think he brought him and Oshola from Nigeria, and that's a good one for Nigeria. They are part of the nominees, and we just hope at least he gets to, because even Ronaldo, when they asked him, who do you think is the best striker in the world, he chose Osimhen ahead of Erling Haaland. And a lot of people will go that way too. But it's still good for him. We just hope as time goes on, it will be clear for everybody to see how good he is.
We can see Sao Tome on the Nigerian right back trying to create a crossing and probably have their first shot on target in this game. But that was actually being cut off by the Nigerians defender who have actually been very good in this game. And it's all for a Sao Tome goal kick. Let's go straight to the standings in this group. Nigeria in the same group with Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, and the Sao Tome who they are currently playing. Nigeria's played 6 games and have 15 points from 6 games with plus 14 goal difference. While Guinea-Bissau actually sits second with 10 points from 5 games and have plus 5 goal difference. Talking about Syria alone, who currently sits third, they've actually played five games and they have 0 goal difference and having 5 points. Sao Tome have actually been the whipping boys in this group. 6 games, they have just 1 point and minus 19 goal difference.
19
Lots
goals.
of goals they've conceded. And
19 goals in just...
There's still more to come in this game.
19 goals in just 6 matches.
In just 6 matches.
That's averagely, they have considered 3 goals in each match. 3 goals in each match, that's averagely. And it is to tell you, they need to work on their defense. But, well, compared to what the display they brought against the Super Eagle in the last match, they consider 10. Now it's just 2, and I'm not sure they're going to get up to 10 today. To some extent, they have been able.
When players like Boniface comes into this game, he wants to get his first goal for the Super Eagles. So that is the way he laid down claim to be one of the big players. When it comes to attack, Nigeria, we don't have any problem with attack. We have a lot of fantastic attacking players, you know. Even who are not in the Super Eagles, you have Tofi Murphy, there's Chuba Afcon, who is here to play for the Super Eagles. Like in rightly mentioned, there's Gift Urban. These are fantastic players that want to lay claim to shirt. The only way you can get a striker coming in to play for the national team is then by them being prolific and scoring goals. And that is why it's a good competition for Victor Osimhen, because every week he's getting the goals in his club side, and when it comes to the Super Eagles, you see him play with that lot of tenacity and passion playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is why the goals are coming in galore for the 24 years old players. And let me go straight to some statistics about this team. Sao Tome are without a win in 17 matches, and they haven't kept a clean sheet in 19 matches. Wow. Wow. No, a lot of bad statistics talking about Sao Tome. Although we know they are not on this, we know they are not on the same level with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 44 minutes of action have been played in this game. Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0, and it's looking like this game will be ending 2-0 for Nigeria in the first half. Fantastic result for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But though we can't judge them with this game because Sao Tome are actually not a big threat. They are not on the same level with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We can see the fans, we can see the Nigerian supporters club, Nigerian Football Supporters Club. They are so happy and their joyous moments and their joyous mood, the way we used to know them, you know, celebrating and playing around in the pitch. And you can see the fans, they're very much happy. It's a full packed stadium. I'm talking about the Goswe Akpabio Stadium in Akwa Ibom. Hopefully one day we'll be there to see the Super Eagles play. I'm very sure at the what's it called, at the Nations Cup, Premier Sport Fan Center will be there in Cote d'Ivoire, you know, giving you different beautiful content around the players.
Of course, we'll be there around the players, and you know, look at the stadium, feed up to capacity.
You know, it's actually been long when we saw the Super Eagles play, you know, with a full capacity stadium. Like and it's beautiful to the eye. The only place I'm always scared of having the Super Eagles playing, you know, at the front of a full park stadium is Lagos National Stadium or the Teslim Balogun Stadium, because we know how, you know, if the results is not coming the way the Nigerian fans want it in Lagos, there's always a problem for the players and it puts a lot of pressure on them. But you can see them playing at the Akwa Ibom. They're feeling relaxed, you know, feeling at home, playing on a beautiful pitch like this. You have to top notch. I can't just stop saying it's top notch to the Akwa Ibom government for how much they've maintained the stadium. We saw how much Dangote spent on the Abuja National Stadium. And today, you know, the MKO Stadium is not looking like what they actually spent. That's much money. I'm talking about close to $1 million of spent on maintaining that stadium. And it's, you know, it's nothing to write home about right now.
Nothing to write home about. That's what we get in Nigeria. And apart from the Abuja Stadium, most of the stadiums in other states, that is what we get, you know. And we need to actually work on that. We need to, now we are having a new sport minister. You need to attend to John Eno, that is a new sport minister. You need to attend to some of this.
He's from Akwa Ibom.
Yeah.
So his home and dry. Okay, it's halftime already in the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome. It's Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. Fantastic game from the Super Eagles. They've given a good account of themselves in the first half, and we can see the fans are so happy in the stadium. And this is what the Super Eagles, the fans of Super Eagles actually want. 2-0 in the first half. How are you going to rate this game?
Look at the fans. Look at the stadium. Look how
the field stadium. It's a field stadium.
God.
If you are not there in the stadium talking about Akwa Ibom, you are just missing. You are missing a lot. But trust us at Premier Sports Fans Center to give you those top-notch analyses and take you through the 90 minutes of action. Up straight to the ball possession. Nigeria has the better share of the game at halftime with 71% of ball possession, limiting Sao Tome to just 29% of ball possession. Nigeria has a total shot of 9 in the first half, while Sao Tome has 0 shots in the first half. Nigeria has a total shot on target of 3, while Sao Tome has 0 in the first half. Nigeria played 7 corner kicks in the first half. Sao Tome played just nothing in the first half. That is looking at the pass. All right, Nigeria had 244 passes in the first half. Sao Tome has just 101 pass in the first half.
Yeah.
Well,
that is a total domination of the Sao Tome side. They are not much for Nigeria, Super Eagle of Nigeria. We all know that they all came to acquire them to fulfill unrighteousness and to also expose themselves. So that they will be more exposed to football, because just like they've been indoor all this while. For them to participate in the qualifiers of the Afcon is a welcome development. It's a step at the right path. So if they continue like this, gradually they will get there. Most of these countries we see today that have actually upped their game also started like that. So it's a good one for them. I want to salute their courage, even for holding Nigeria up to now to just 2 goals. I think I say they've improved for what they played last time, and we hope to see more of that.
Okay, we can say they've actually improved. And halftime in other centers, talking about the Euro qualification, where we have Faroe Island and Moldova playing 0-0 at halftime. In the game between Finland and Denmark is actually 0-0 at halftime, while Montenegro took the lead against Bulgaria. That game is in the 5th minute already. It's Montenegro 1, Bulgaria 0. While in the African Cup of Nations qualifier, talking about the second game between Togo and Cape Verde, it is Togo 1, Cape Verde 2. Fantastic results we've seen at halftime. A lot of interesting results from different centers. And don't forget, the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome is Nigeria 2, Sao Tome 0. Don't forget, you can be a part of this program by dropping your suggestion and comments in our chat segment, whereby we'll be reading it out for you. We'll be going for a quick breather right now. Any moment from now, we'll be going for a quick breather. When we come back, it's going to be the second half of this game, talking about the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome.
Yeah, the first half have actually been a very interesting first half. And despite the fact I'm not in Uyo right now, I feel at home. I feel so happy. I like what the players are doing. They are so calm. They are taking it, a step at a time. And, they continue to introduce. I know in the second half, we'll see a lot of, substitutes coming in to come and, show what they have. In fact, the Nigerian squad is full of talent. It's full of talent, spectacular players. But now it is left. The ball is in the court of Posero. Let's see what to do with them. How is he going to use them? But I like what he did. He brought what is his name, Iheanacho, to the midfield to come and assist, because Iheanacho has eye for passes also. So if you be able to connect to Osimhen and also connect to Awoniyi, I think that would be a fine one.
Okay, that's going to be a fine one. You can hear that from Solomon. You can go on and talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The only time he has a problem is when he's talking about Chelsea Football Club in England. We'll go for a quick breather right now. When we come back, it's going to be the second half of the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome.
Yeah. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Center. Live it anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Live anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to hit that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Football Content. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button. Oh, and another goal for Super Eagles. This is Premier Sports Center. Anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember to click that subscription button.
Between Nigeria and Sao Tome, the game is the second half has started, and we're in the 55th minute. We are very much sorry for the glitch and the long time we took during the break. It was due to glitch in transmission. But we're back in the second half, and it's 55th minute of action already. We've seen in this game. It's Nigeria 3, Sao Tome 0. And I still have with me in the studio Solomon, and we have Yemi, who ran into the studio after seeing Nigeria leading 2-0. Yemi, you're welcome.
He was afraid of Sao Tome.
No, I will never be scared of Sao Tome. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, if I was part of the CAF officials, the NFF officials, would have prosecuted this game if I was the chairman or president with home-based players. Or better still, just rent a Yimba football club there.
And that's another opportunity for that was the Nigerian goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And that was a good one from Nigerian defense. And this is almost the first time we're seeing, Uzor being called into action in this game. And fortunately for Nigeria, the Nigerian defenders were there to actually block that. Yemi, you were not here in the first half. We saw 2 goals in this game in the first half. Were you impressed with the Super Eagles of Nigeria? Or there's nothing to really rate them about in this game?
As far as I'm concerned, realistically, you are playing Sao Tome. There will always be minnows in football. You can say it, this and that is an explanation without evidence. The evidence here is that Sao Tome is a minnow. And as far as I'm concerned, my opinion on this game, Nigeria has no business not defeating Sao Tome at least 6 to 7, 8 goals. Because if it's not up to that, that's a failure as far as I'm concerned.
You can only say that about Nigerian football fans. We are always, Oliver Twist. We always wanting more.
No, it's not about wanting more. It's about looking at the opponent.
Yeah.
Looking at their capacity. We went away to defeat this same team 10-0. And they are playing at home. If you can't score 6, then I don't think it's a success.
I was just some 7 minutes of action in this game. Fantastic goal from Taiwo. I would need to give Nigeria the third goal. Fantastic assist from Kelechi Iheanacho.
You know what I said about him?
There's one thing we've always been talking about Kelechi Iheanacho. He's actually very good whenever he's playing from the midfield rather than playing as a 9. And I think the Super Eagles coaches should actually be looking at that with Kelechi Iheanacho playing in the midfield. This game, don't forget, Alex Iwobi, who used to be Nigerian attacking midfielder, is not starting this game. And Iheanacho has actually given a good account of himself in this game, and that was a dangerous one from Francis Uzor, but he was able to clear that off to a throw-in, and to have been really, it would have been a bad thing should Sao Tome score Nigeria here today. It's actually going to be a bad one, not acceptable one from Nigerian fans.
Yeah, not acceptable. Because looking at it, when you see Francis Uzor, the memories of Lionel Messi and the failed attempt, it was a culprit in Nigeria not getting through to the FIFA World Cup that just ended. So, see, I just think we need to do a lot of things right. And I'm glad that we have a new administration, the Nigerian football, because our football needs a lot of improvement to do. You can't be beating Sao Tome, even if you beat them 20-0, and you now go and call Sonny Ade, or maybe call Burna Boy, and say you be defeated a team 20-0. You'll be deceiving yourself. This same team was struggling against Syria alone. Lost at home to Guinea-Bissau. That's terrible, honestly.
Okay, like I said in the first half, they are not a big nation when it comes to football. Even when it comes to all standards, Sao Tome is actually not a big team. But they'll actually go on with a 4-0, 5-0 result, and they'll see it as a good one. Looking at the caliber of players, the Super Eagles of Nigeria parading in this game. Solomon, you expected 2.5 for the first half, and finally you have your 2.5 already now, as we're in the 59th minute, approaching the 60th minute of this game. Nigeria 3, Sao Tome 0. It has been a good result. Has it been a good result for you, or you are expecting more goals in this game?
A win is a win. That's one thing. It's all about 3 points. If you really score 20 goals, it's 3 points. You give, a lot of Nigerian high expectations. Sometimes you get disappointed. The crop of player paraded, all of us know very well. They are good, top-notch player. You can't compare with the Sao Tome side. But what we also have to look at is that, are they actually playing well? Are they actually linking up good play? Is their passes accurate? Those are some of the things I actually want to see here. It's not about the goals. I want to see, by what I'm seeing here, we say, okay, these people can play a bigger team. These people, the Super Eagles have actually arrived.
Nigeria has another chance to make it forward. This Nigeria into the box of the Sao Tome. Let's see if this is going to be reinforced. But Sao Tome were able to clear the lines, but Nigeria stayed here, and that is Victor Osimhen, talking about the talisman, the fantastic striker. Talking about Victor Osimhen, it has actually been Nigeria playing just the same way they did in the first half, dominating play, and we are still taking out Sao Tome in their own box, and that's a good turn from Nigeria midfielder. Nigeria wins a free kick about 30 meters away from goal post. Fantastic. I don't know why the player is actually annoyed, but that is actually a free kick. He actually took his player, the Nigerian player out there.
The thing is the Kafa said something about streaming passes. You can only stream passes mainly when the opponent allows you. And it depends on the capacity, the defensive and the team arrangement of the opponent. Now, this opponent, Sao Tome, they are not arranged. Look at them. Look at them. They are just playing like maybe 7-8 minutes behind the ball. And when you look at this, they will allow Super Eagles to stream a lot of passes together. So it will be as if they are all the players are the Maradonas of our time. But just bring a stiffer and a tougher opponent. Then you will start seeing them get exposed. The 2021 or 2022 Afcon is still fresh in our memory.
We can see Boniface coming up for his debut, and there's also Joe Aribo who will be coming into the thick of action. And this is what we actually want to see from the Super Eagles, having varieties of players, strength in attack, and Boniface is equally, if not, I can't say it's actually better than, but equally as good as a Victor Osimhen. Fantastic player he has been for Bayern Leverkusen this season. He has given a good account of himself in the German Bundesliga, another tough league, and that is why Bayern Leverkusen have actually played 3 games this season and they've won the all 3. And he has been a fantastic player for them, no doubt.
Yeah, he has been a great addition. And you can't underestimate the impact Fernando Alonso,
Xabi Alonso
has imputed in the team. And they've been one team.
That's another chance for Nigeria. We're deep into the box. And let's see if this is going to be a fourth goal. But Sao Tome have been able to clear the lines, but still Nigeria in the box. Let's see with this big, that is going up for a corner kick for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We've seen lots of attacking play from the Super Eagles. Kelechi Iheanacho is still looking for his first goal in this game. And Nigeria has a corner kick right now in the 62nd minute. We're approaching 63 minutes in that game. Straight to the Afcon qualifiers top scorer. We have Victor Osimhen, who has the most goals in this qualifiers with 7 goals already for Nigeria. Sadio Mane of Senegal has 5. And Youssef Sakni of Tunisia also has 5 goals. We also have Luis Mafota of Central African Republic. He also has 5 goals in this competition. Paskin Daka, that name is one recognizable name for everybody. He plays for Leicester City and he's from Zambia. He has 4 goals in this competition. Good numbers for Victor Osimhen. I think he will actually take these, as the top scorer. 7 goals already. Looking at Senegal done with their own qualifiers, and Sadio Mane will be ended with 5 goals in this qualifiers.
And I think he made it 7 goals was due to Sao Tome. Because the first leg he scored a hat-trick. Now he scored 4 against one opponent.
And we can see Nigeria making that substitution right now. It is Boniface who will be coming up for his debut with the Super Eagles. What do you think of Victor Boniface?
I think he should be explosive. He has presence, and that's one of the good qualities you want to see in a striker, and his movement too. And when you are informed, because there's this mentality that can build up into you when you are informed, when you are in a scoring form as a striker, it motivates you, it increases your confidence coming into your national team assignment, and it's just a good one. And I just feel Nigeria should be doing more in searching for midfielders that can actually link the defense to the attack.
Okay, Nigeria needs to be doing more by talking about the players linking up in the attack. And we'll be seeing two victors, pair together up front for Super Eagles for the remaining 30 minutes of this game, as it is Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface up front for the Super Eagles. Boniface actually replaced the third goal scorer, talking about Taiwo Awoniyi, and there was another substitution. Joe Aribo, who plays for Southampton, came in to replace another player from EPL, talking about the one who played for Brentford, talking about Frank Onyeka. Onyeka has actually been a fantastic player for Super Eagles, though he hasn't, and that's another possibility for Super Eagles, who are deep into the box. Oh, Sao Tome were able to clear their lines, and they'll be very much happy with that. 65 minutes of action already. Sao Tome are still looking for their very first shot on target.
Now, look at how that left back lost that ball. That's just like maybe you should still be an academy player in countries like Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire. So when you are defeating teams like this, there's nothing to cheer, and it's not a true test. That's why it's the school of thought that this kind of match can be taken as a friendly. It cannot be applicable to this, because you need an opponent that can actually test you. But
the question I want to ask you, a victory here, does it count?
It doesn't count for me. Because Nigeria already qualified. Nigeria already qualified.
That's another opportunity for Super Eagles.
Before Nigeria, if Nigeria cannot just see a draw in this game, even with Sharamonjo FC, like you just pick aside players, you can still get it. And what Nigeria needs to top that group is just a draw. So it's an inconsequential game.
They topped the group already.
Yeah, they topped the group already.
Look at the goal difference. Nigeria scored 19 goals already in this qualifier from 6 games and considered just 4 goals in these qualifiers. Sao Tome, who are currently the last team on the table, the whipping boys of the table, they've lost 5 games and drew just 1 game. They've scored just 3 goals in these qualifiers and considered a good number of 23 goals.
Yeah, yeah, and it's this Sao Tome that we're now saying they are just trying to come up in.
Well, that's the game of football, and that is what everybody wants to see. And don't forget, this game is on the 66th minute. We're approaching 67 minutes already. It is still Nigeria 3, Sao Tome 0. Don't forget, you can be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the live chat, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Nigeria currently have 73% of ball possession, and they've actually, dominated play and left Sao Tome with just 27% of ball possession. Nigeria have seen 12 shots in this game, while Sao Tome are yet to have a shot in this game. Nigeria has 4 shots on target. Sao Tome has 0 shots on target. Nigeria has played a good number of corner kicks, 9 corner kicks. Sao Tome is 0. 100% dominated game for the Super Eagles.
Yeah, 100%. But another thing I want to mention is that in this kind of window is an opportunity for the NFF to arrange friendly matches for the Super Eagles.
Yeah, they'll surely be friendly matches.
No, apart from today, now, they should be playing like maybe Tuesday. So this match can be on Saturday. You play on Tuesday and Wednesday, a friendly ahead of the tournament, because you can't count this. You can't. To be realistic with yourself, you can't.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
The Super Eagles, the
NFF is broke. Well,
I'm
saying Nigeria is actually broke too.
And that's a good pass for Nigeria. Would that be the 4th goal? That should be a penalty to the Super Eagles. And yes, that's a penalty. I'm very sure Victor Osimhen will fancy taking that to score his 8th goal in the Afcon qualifiers. And we can see him on our screens going straight to get the ball. You can see the fans cheering him, shouting his name at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Victor Osimhen is the name being shouted by the fans in the stadium. A fantastic striker. Nigerians are proud of having him. I remember watching him I started watching him right from the under-17, and no doubt he's a fantastic striker. And this should be the 4th goal for Nigeria. Wherever Victor Osimhen is, scoring a goal or scoring goals is never a problem for the Nigerian marksman.
Yeah, it's never a problem for me. I'm expecting, with all what we are seeing, Victor Osimhen should be the African Player of the Year. A lot of people have been voting that he is the best. But sometimes you cannot just conclude until it has been announced. But it looked good to me to win that award.
Yeah, actually, he has a shout for it. When you talk about winning the Afcon, you have to look at antecedent. What kind of season did he have? He had a fantastic, if not for the injury he had. I think he should have led Napoli to the semi-final.
And that's Victor Osimhen measuring his wrong to take that penalty for Nigeria right now. And what might just be the 4th goal for Nigeria, with the goalkeeper actually painting his name in goals. If he saves this, Victor Osimhen is waiting for the referee's confirmation to take that, and we can see him timing his run with his big Nigerian fourth goal correctly. That is the Nigerian fourth goal, courtesy of Victor Osimhen's penalty goal in the 69th minute of the game. It's Nigeria 4, Sao Tome 0. Victor Osimhen with 2 goals, and we could see him on our screen run straight to his captain, William Truss Ekong, on the bench. This should be a match over for the Nigerian team. 4-0, fantastic result for Nigeria, and they are keeping on making Sao Tome looking like the whipping boys they are actually in this team. But 4-0, in 65 minutes, is a good improvement for Sao Tome. Right, looking at what they played in the first game, it's a good improvement.
Of course.
The first match
in their own home.
In their home, and they are coming into. You can see how big the stadium is. 30,000 capacity, filled up to brim. Lot of Nigerians. 99.9% of persons in the stadium are Nigerians, and a lot of pressure. I'm very sure Sao Tome players have never played.
Yeah, I think it's.
And you can see the substitution. What is Parceiro doing? You are bringing Samuel Chukwueze when Nigeria are 4-0 up.
No, it's just Nigeria actually played for their flight ticket. So they can't just fly and go back in vain. And it's not just economy, it's business class. So it's money. So, and for the fans, the governor, the Akwa Ibom governor, actually threw the gate open free. So everybody could come in and have a taste.
Okay, we can see Sao Tome also making the substitution in this game from one of their 4 players on the bench, and they are ready to change and make not on the substitution. We can see Nigeria currently preparing to make 2 substitutions. That is Tyrone Eboyi and Samuel Chukwueze coming in. And don't forget, Samuel Chukwueze currently plays for AC Milan in Italy. He has been in a bristling and fantastic form. Talking about Samuel Chukwueze, looking at this
fantastic form, really.
Fantastic form. It's not really about you starting. When you're coming in and you're giving a good account of yourself.
Even how many substitution appearances
he has played 2 games already. Out of 3 is a good number. He will get you. Pulisic is a big player. He's a fantastic player also. So there's no doubt about that. We can see on our screen the Super Eagles legend talking about Victor Ikpeba, the Prince of Monaco. Is also there at the Akwa Ibom. He's also there in Akwa Ibom talking about the Gods with Akpabio Stadium to enjoy himself and watching, the young crops of players playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We can see the substitution. We're having probably the linesman or the 4th officials still having issue knowing the players to be substituted. It's looking like Kelechi and Acho might just be the player going out for the Super Eagles. And for one of these players, how you rate Kelechi and Acho in this game?
Of course, this is the first time I want to. This is the only moment I've saluted. I salute Parceiro for bringing Ian Acho to the midfield. I said it before, and you saw the assist he created. That was the way he used him. That is how he should be used. Because when you talk about pace, Ian Acho doesn't have that pace. Victor have it, and Winnie have it. You understand? But Ian Acho is a creative player. He can give you good passes for you to finish. So if you bring him to the midfield, what you really expect? You have Awini up front, you have Victor Osimhen up front. Ian Acho will be there to do all the passes, and it will be positive. And so far, he has been fantastic in this match.
Okay, so far he has been fantastic in this match. I've seen Nigeria made 2 substitutions, making the 4th substitution for Nigeria in this game already. Kelechi Iheanacho is out for Samuel Chukwueze. And we can also see Tyrone Eboyi, who is back in the Super Eagles starting team. He actually replaced Ola Aino, who plays for Nottingham Forest. Ola Aino actually gave a good account of himself in this game, and that's the beauty of it. The Nigerian right back is now looking like a very much competitive position. There's Ola Aino, there's Bright Osai, and now we also have Tyrone Eboyi if he's actually fit. These are 3 fantastic players that can actually lay claim for the right position of the Super Eagles.
They are 3 good players. They are not fantastic. They are just another.
Olaino is not fantastic.
Yes.
Olaino is fantastic. When it comes to right back, he's fantastic.
No,
I don't know how you rate. I don't know how you rate your player. Okay, tell me why he's not a fantastic player. Communicate. Yeah, I'm listening.
Now, when you want to talk about fantastic right back, can you compare an Olaino with a Reece James?
This is Africa.
No. With Reece James, what will Reece James do that Olaino cannot do? Did you see his last match?
Olaimo is slow.
No.
Compared to Miss James.
Olaimo is not.
If you look at the pace,
just be a chance for Sao Tome, but Nigeria.
If you look at the pace,
and Nigeria eating on the counter, let's see that is Ademola Lookman, which chooses to swing, and that's a fantastic move. And the Chelsea goal.
But that was too much.
The final touch was actually a bad one. And that would have been a good connection between the victors. Good one from Samuel Chukwueze there. And that is how he is lightning. Fantastic player, 75 minutes already. Still Nigeria 4, Sao Tome 0. The Nigerian players are actually having fun, and the fans are actually having fun
I need
at
to
the
ask
stadium
something.
also.
All these players, are they fantastic because they are playing for Nigeria?
What's the definition of fantastic?
Now, you said it. You said the word. Now, what's the definition?
No, I'm asking.
No. Because you are the one that used the word. I'm not the one.
Yeah,
so you have to tell me the reason why you used
the
word.
He is a fantastic player. That was a good touch from him. He's a good player. So there's difference between you saying he's a fantastic or you being an average player. So I need to know your definition of a player being fantastic.
Because you are the one that used the word. I need to ask you.
I didn't say that was a world-class touch from him.
That's not. There's nothing fantastic
No. That is a fantastic move from him.
A sweet move. A very, very fantastic and sweet move. I don't know
what
you are.
I need to understand that.
Is he an average player? I need to understand.
See, as far as I'm concerned,
yes,
there's nothing fantastic about the finishing of that ball.
In your
opinion.
I'm very sure if that was done by
that's why I said as I'm
concerned.
If
that was done by Nicholas Jackson at Chelsea,
you know what I will say. No, you know I will critique him.
Back to the game.
You know I will critique him.
Back to the game.
I'm not moved by emotions of support or anything.
No, nobody's moved by emotion here.
Emotions of support of the team that you are a proud Nigerian, and now for instance. Every player you have mentioned since now has been fantastic.
No, you can't tell me. Say it the way it is now.
Why should I criticize them?
You say when they are doing well.
I'm not saying you should critique.
No, that's what you're making.
I'm saying
you are making it like what
almost every touch, every touch we've seen has been fantastic.
That was actually fantastic.
Even an average touch has been fantastic.
See, let me tell you, for long we have not seen Nigerian do that kind of play for a very long time.
Against Sao Tome,
of course. Now that's why I say.
Now what are you expecting?
If you can do it against Sao Tome, you can do it against any big club.
You will never see a Brazil national team defeat like a Lieutenant and celebrate it on as if
I didn't see Cristiano Ronaldo scoring and celebrating against
he scores. When you score a goal, you will celebrate. That's different.
So if you are actually a commentator on that pitch at the stadium right now, and you see these touches,
what will you say?
It down.
I'm not saying you should.
No, what will you say now?
I'm getting into the fact
that
why will you tell me it's fantastic when I can see that it wasn't? It's just
to me that's a fantastic touch from Victor. From Samuel Chukwueze.
It's also fantastic to me.
You need to respect.
I have to. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay, 77 minutes already in this game. It's still Nigeria 4, Sao Tome 0. And we can see the Super Eagles of Nigeria still dominating play as expected. Sao Tome are still without a shot on target in this game. 77 minutes, we're approaching 78 minutes and 12 more minutes to go in regulation time. The Super Eagles have these covered because I don't really expect Sao Tome to come back to equalize within 12 minutes. But this is the Super Eagles, they can actually surprise you when you least expect it. Nigeria are currently playing deep into Sao Tome's defense. And let's see if there will be a fifth goal in this game as well. Solomon correctly predicted in the first half because he predicted Nigeria winning this game by 5-0. Let's see if that is going to happen. Okay, straight to the live chat. We have Benedict Boniface. I believe the reason why Sao Tome have not conceded more goals is because Nigerian players are not too serious because of the fact that Nigeria has qualified, win or lose. Yeah, you might say that, but you have to keep the scores respectable, no doubt. And we can see Victor Boniface on our screen is making his debut for the Super Eagles, and we'll be looking forward to getting one goal in this game. Let's see if he's going to get that goal. But it's still Nigeria 4, Sao Tome 0. 79 minutes of action already, 11 more minutes. Is there still any chance of Nigeria getting a goal in this game?
Of course, that's the time. 12 minutes is a very long period of time in football. Anything can happen, and if you see what the Super Eagles are playing right now,
and that's another chance for the Super Eagles.
And that it should be the moment. And hat-trick for Osimhen.
Fantastic!
Another hat-trick.
Fantastic goal for Victor Osimhen. I'm saying it again, fantastic goal for Victor Osimhen.
For today.
Hat-trick for Victor
I will
Osimhen. You don't get that every time.
Mr.
That's a fantastic
I will change
your opinion. That is actually your opinion.
Shegu, from today I will change your meaning. From today I will call him Sao Tome.
No, you can't call me Sao Tome. Because you are you and Shegu have been celebrating Nigeria defeating Sao Tome as if it's one big team.
You don't in football, you don't underrate.
Like a cadet team. An academy team.
Let me tell you, in football, you don't underrate anybody.
Football is football. You don't underrate.
Football is not football.
Football is football.
Football is different.
11 men.
Minutes already.
It's not about 11 men.
It's Nigeria 5, Sao Tome 0. We
have been to Argentina like this. It's 11 men.
It's not.
Guinea-Bissau came to this
it's not the Super
Nigeria
Eagles
and
players'
defeated
fault.
Nigeria.
It's not the Super Eagles players' fault that they are playing Sao Tome. This is the team given to them.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying don't celebrate your victory, but don't overhype it.
It's not overhyping. 5-0 is
Don't overhype it.
If Sao Tome should be leading Nigeria,
This is just expectation.
If Sao Tome should be leading Nigeria 1-0.
When I was saying if we have no business not scoring up to 5, 6, 8 goals in this match, you said I was asking for too much.
Okay, 80 minutes already being played in this game. We're approaching the first minute. It's Nigeria 5, Sao Tome 0. Now, hat-trick for Victor Osimhen already in this game, which put him, this is the second time he's scoring an hat-trick against Sao Tome. Good number of goals for the Nigerian player, talking about Victor Osimhen, who plays for Napoli in Italy. And don't forget, they were the league champions last season, and they'll be looking forward to retaining their titles. 81 minutes already, Nigeria 5, Sao Tome 0, and the Nigerian players are not okay with the 5 goals, as they still want more goals. The fans in the stadium also want more goals in this game, but that was an offside, and let's see, there'll be a substitution right now in the first minute. Good move from Samuel Chukwueze. Another good player, another fantastic player. I'll make sure I use that word to the end of this game. Another fantastic move from Samuel Chukwueze here. But unfortunately, that was going off for an offside. Solomon, you have your 8-0, your 5-0 already. We have about 9 more minutes to go in this game. Are you still seeing more goals in this game?
All right, I said that Nigeria went to Sao Tome, I gave them 10. And right now they have studied Nigeria. They know our ways, they know we score goals, and they will actually work on their defense. And I was saying, if Nigeria can give them up to half of what they gave them, to me, to be a good result. And right now they still have 10 minutes and 10, up to 8 minutes. And I don't know how many additional time the referee is going to add. That is a long period of time, and there is still this opportunity for Nigeria to still add more with the way it's going. So it could be more than 5.
Okay, we can see the standing captain talking about Wilfred Ndidi has been substituted and replaced by Raphael, another fantastic player. That's the player everybody calls the next Paul Pogba. Let's see if we'll be able to live up to that expectations. That expectations to me is on the field of play. The talent of Paul Pogba, if he can actually measure up to that, not the lifestyle of Paul Pogba. And also another player who is having a good game today is Ademola Lookman. He has actually been everywhere, and he deservedly scored that is goal in this game, talking about the second goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And still Nigeria who are dominating play. We're in the 82nd minute, approaching 83rd minute of this game. It's still Nigeria 3, and Nigeria 5, sorry, Sao Tome 0. 83 minutes, we're approaching 84 minutes. Is that still a chance of we seeing the debut for what's it called, Jordan Torunarigha? But I don't think there's anything to be scared of. It's not looking like he's going to play for Germany anytime soon. I think we've got that.
I know he's a defender. Right now, there's no threat to the defense, so I think there's no need. But for him flying all the way, I think he should be introduced. Let him have a debut for them.
Okay, let's look. And look at how he rates the Nigerian central back defense. We are moving away from the one we used to know, the Oyinbo wall. Talking about it used to be Balogun and Wilfred William Trust.
Biracial players.
So right now we are moving back to the black players, talking about Calvin Bassey and Semi Ajayi.
I won't like the fact that moving to the black players.
No, I'm moving.
We are talking about new partnership, and the new partnership is just Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey. It's just about the action you bring on the field of play. And I think Balogun and Ekong served us well to the best of their ability, even if not up to the expectation.
That's another chance for Nigeria with this count and beat him. And that might just be the 6th goal for the Super Eagles.
And that is the 6th goal.
That is the 6th goal. Chukwueze with that goal. And that, you can see the fans are very much happy. It's not about the team. It's not about the team they are playing. It's about the goals in this game. Good goal for Victor, from Samuel Chukwueze there. And you can see the Nigerian bench. They are also happy. And the fans are cheering their team up. You can see the joy on the fans, on the face of Nigerian fans. Fantastic goal from Samuel Chukwueze there. Every goal I've seen today is a fantastic goal. Whether you might like it or not, they are fantastic.
And you can see this smile.
And you're entitled to your
that's picnic. That's picnic.
Even if it is wrong.
That's a picnic. How you call him? The former
Amaju Pinnick. I don't want to see that face. I don't think Amaju Pinnick.
That was a sweet move.
That was a sweet move and a sweet goal. A sweet finish from Samuel Chukwueze.
And that's
Boniface.
That's Boniface with the assist, you know. Good one for Boniface. His first assist for the Super Eagles. Lot of competition when it comes to, you know, the striking pairing in Super Eagles. Right now today we didn't see Moses Simon starting in this game. Looking at Victor Boniface coming up in the second half and getting an assist. There's still a lot of time. He might get his first goal for Nigeria in this game. And let's see if we'll be getting that 6-0 already in the 84th minute. We're approaching 85 minutes. Still good result for Sao Tome. At least they won't be going back losing 10-0. That is very sure. That I'm very sure of in this game. 84 minutes, we're approaching 85 minutes already. It's Nigeria 6, Sao Tome 0. That means we are just one more goal away from spelling that name, Sao Tome.
There's still one Principe at the back.
That Principe is far now. That's the end.
You cannot spell out and say
you have to keep it respectable sometimes. 6-0, 7-0 still.
10-0 was 10-0 respectable.
Went to their back line. Back to their home backyard, sorry. And give them that good number. And Sao Tome has a free kick there. You can see the coach of Sao Tome is now seated on this bench. You know, there's nothing to actually. And he chooses to go wide, but that is not going to threaten Francis Uzo, who hasn't actually seen anything much in this game. You know, he has actually been at the back, just picking the ball for goal kicks. No shot on targets in this game for Sao Tome. A very bad one for Sao Tome. You know, looking at the numbers of Ronaldo they have in their starting lineup, but they couldn't live up to expectation of the Ronaldo we used to know that plays football. They have a winger, Ronaldo Afonso. They have a goalkeeper, Ronaldo Silva. And they considered 6 goals.
Football is not played by name, it's played on the field.
Okay, football has been played on the field. And talking about the field, this pitch is actually one of the very best for the Super Eagles, and you can see the players are actually enjoying themselves at the Goswe Akpabio Stadium right there at Uyo in Akwa Ibom. The fans are enjoying themselves. I'm very sure there'll be a lot of partying after this game for the players and the fans. And Nigeria has a corner. It's going to be a goal kick. A lot of corner kicks we've seen for Nigeria in this game, to the extent that Sao Tome couldn't, you know, muster out a corner kick in this game. Victor Boniface is enjoying himself on the pitch. 3 more minutes to go in regulation time. Let's say Victor Boniface will be getting, you know, his debut goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That I'm very much interested in seeing scoring. The fans, like I said, are not interested in knowing if the team is actually small or is a big team. They are there, you know, they are having a they're giving a good account, you know, a good return for the money spent on getting their tickets for this game. No doubt. Nigeria 6, Sao Tome 0. It's the qualifier for the Afcon 2024, and that Afcon will be played in Cote d'Ivoire. And right now, Nigeria will be looking to get their hands on their 4th Afcon title. I asked Solomon a question when you were in the studio. 4 Afcon titles for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. With the caliber of players, you know, the name,
3.
and how big. 3, sorry. I'm ready to count in 2024 because it's looking like we are going to win it. The caliber of players, what's it called? The number of persons in Nigeria, and we have just 3 Afcon titles.
Yeah. I would just say many of it has a lot to do with the administrative part of the national team. Because when you talk about talent, Nigeria has a pool of talent. Over the years, back to back, talent upon talent. But you know that in this marriage, you need players that can do the job, coached by a coach that can do the job, and managed by a management that understand the nitty-gritty behind the scenes workings of the game. So when you want to talk about winning the Afcon, there has to be a synergy. Even the last Afcon Nigeria won, Nigeria just grew into the tournament, not as if we went as a favorite. We just grew. In fact, Nigeria struggled to qualify from the group. So we just say, okay, maybe that Afcon was the hand of God. Just say, oh, okay, it's Nigeria's time. But when you talk about a team that actually prepared and went ahead and win, that's the Senegal that won the last edition. They were the favorite. They played till the end. They won the game at one deal, and they won without any comma. You can't say, oh, they were weak at the spot. So when you want to do this kind of things, it takes a lot in going back into the roots. You set a structure. A national team must have a playing structure. A national team must have facilities all around. Now, when you were talking about the Akpabio Stadium, as very nice. Now, how many stadiums can host a FIFA competition apart from this stadium right now in Nigeria? Our national teams, national stadium in Lagos and Abuja, they are a very duplicable state right now, whereby it needs emergency attention. They need to take it to the surgical room for operation. But these things should not be happening. So you cannot excuse the management from the woes the Super Eagles has gone through in Africa, because Nigeria has no business not winning up to like 5 to 7. Because there was a time Nigeria usually get to semi-final, back-to-back, and that semi-final, they keep eliminating them. So what are we doing wrong? We need to do better. Tactical approach. Who is coaching the Super Eagles? Look at Alusise, he has foreign support. Even in addition, look at Egyptians. Most of their coaches, they go foreign. And when they go foreign, they don't go and bring Pesero. They go and bring quality coach. Look at the Zambia there. Zambia, they brought this current female France national team coach and brought them to Zambia, and he won the Nations Cup for them. Cote d'Ivoire took him up, won the nation. There is no big coach in world football today that is in national team that won't want to take the Super Eagles job because there is talent. But many of them will run away because you hear stories about the whole salaries. You hear stories about no facilities. You hear stories about being owed allowances. You see, all these things, it has a role it will play in you winning trophies, being successful. All those things don't draw from heaven. You work hard, and God is a fair God. He's not a biased God. He wants to see somebody working really hard and doing the right things, and look at you that is not doing much, and keep giving you the free will. He can be merciful sometimes, but he has his way of doing things too.
Okay, don't forget, Victor Osimhen has now scored 20 goals for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Fantastic number of goals for Victor Osimhen. This game is already in the 19th minute already. We are in plus 2 minutes already in at the time. It's Nigeria 6, Sao Tome 0. Good number of goals for Victor Osimhen. 20 goals already for the Super Eagles, and he'll be looking to breaking the record of the all-time goal scorer. Talking about Rashidi Yekini, who has 37 goals for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Yeah, he has no business not breaking the record, and I think we're in the last minute. The 3 minutes has elapsed already. Anytime from now, the referee should signal the final whistle. But looking at it, I think Osimhen should be able to break that Rashidi Yekini
in no time.
In no time.
Not even just breaking, setting a new record.
In no distance time, just 17 goals left. He's 20 now right now.
That is the final whistle of the game, and we've seen final action of this encounter. Talking about Nigeria and Sao Tome. It's 6-0, and you can see the Sao Tome players, rushing to meet the big Vic. Talking about Victor Osimhen, another fantastic striker. Yeah, they want to collect Victor Osimhen.
They came to bring book to sign autograph. They collect Osimhen, please sign on my shirt.
And that's this what we talk about standard. We've seen the final action of those games. Nigeria 6, Sao Tome 0. Courtesy 3 goals from Victor Osimhen, 1 from Samuel Chukwueze, another from what's his name? Another from Ademola Lookman. 6-0 for Nigeria, and what a way to end the qualifiers for Afcon Solomon,
Yeah.
we've seen it all. 6 games have been played by Super Eagles of Nigeria in the Afcon qualifiers. Osimhen is ending the Afcon qualifiers as the top goal scorer, 8 goals already, a fantastic one for him.
Yeah. That's I expected him to win it because right now there is no African player that has been scoring goal, because we saw him in the Serie A. He was the highest goal scorer, and we hope he brings it home. And he just actually have proven that it's both home and away he can score goal. And in this Afcon qualifier right now, that is the only tournament. That is the only tournament. Let me call it a tournament competition that is going on right now in Africa, and he has proven that I can also be the top scorer in Africa. So that is good for him, and you can see he plays the whole 90 minutes. He was not substituted. They removed them and brought him Victor Boniface, and they piled together. Removed Ian Nacho, brought him Chukwueze, also piled with them, and they were all positive substitution, and it worked very well. Those are the kind of things I want to see them play together. Probably they played against Sao Tome today. We expect to see them organize a friendly against Argentina, arrange a friendly against Portugal, arrange a friendly against Belgium, and some of the big teams in the world, so that they can test what they have on ground.
Okay, so they can test what they have on ground, and you only sharpen yourself when you play against the very best teams in the world. And don't forget, this is the last game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria when it comes to the Afcon qualifiers. And don't forget, the Super Eagles will be back November when they start the qualifiers for the World Cup. And everybody wants to see Nigeria at the World Cup. Don't forget, we did qualify for the last World Cup. Yemi, you've seen the game between Nigeria and Sao Tome. Yes, Sao Tome is not, it's not a known footballing nation. But what are the positives for Sao Tome in this game?
Yeah, there's always a beginning for everything. And when you jump up, you come down. But when you grow up, you stay up. And how can you grow up from this experience? When it shows they've learned something. The first leg was 10. The second leg now 6. And if they can keep learning from their mistake, and those guys, those players, the more exposed they get, the better they get. And they should be playing more friendly matches. It will actually send them, then they need a proper league. Once they can set some things...
They're actually postponing your league again. It's starting next week now.
I told you that all things being equal. Yeah. Even that next week, is not sure because the AGM, annual general meeting, that they will... the next 1 year calendar of the football league. Now, is it that even next week? God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
So, let's just hope that Sao Tome can actually learn from this. I want to see them come and at least get a go against the big names in Africa, not necessarily Nigeria.
Okay, fantastic result for Super Eagles of Nigeria, 6-0 victory over Sao Tome and Principe. That game was being played at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. I'm very sure the Nigerian fans in the stadium, they're so much happy seeing their team defeating a team like Sao Tome 6-0. Don't forget, England also do it against San Marino. There was a time England turned them to their customer. Every time it's 6-0, 7-0 between England and Sao Tome. So thanks. It's a pleasure having you guys on the studio today.
It's been a nice day. It's been a nice day for
okay, don't forget, Actions returns in the next weekend. Talking about league football returns next weekend. The EPL, the Spanish La Liga, the German Bundesliga are all returning next week. And we promise you always be in the studio to give you, top-notch analysis of those games. That's about how much we can take on today's edition of Watch Along on Premier Sport Fan Center. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and don't forget to also on your notification and join us during matches and the match around the world. We'll always be here to give you those action. From me and my production crew, it's bye for now.